Hi, I'm Connie Townsend, group fitness instructor and personal trainer, and we're here again doing another workout that you can do from home with us. So grab your water and your towel. I'm here with my volunteers, Judy and Linda, and we're going to do a full workout like usual. We're going to warm up, we're going to do some cardio, we're going to do some weights, and a lot of balance, stretching, and core. Okay, but first, let's do some jump rope. It's just kind of a marching in place almost, toes on the floor. So that's low impact. You just kind of lift those heels, kind of ignore the tempo on these. Now, if you want a little bit more bounce to it, you can start getting up on those toes, a little bounce. This is still low impact. Now, as you warm up and the blood starts flowing and the joints start warming up, you can get a little bit further from the floor if you want, or do a little double jump. Whatever you can do, whatever you want to do. You can even just march. We're just warming it up. Woo! Okay, count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's do some heel taps. Heel, heel, heel. Kind of let those arms swing a little. Get the shoulders warmed up, loosened up. We're nice and tall. 4, 3. Now same thing, but we're going to tap our toes. That's a good way to warm up the lower leg, kind of stretch the ankles, the shins. Woo! Four, 3. Let's step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. So remember, you're stepping out, then that other foot comes over to meet it. Shoulders back, head is high. In 4, 3, heels up, in, back. So your feet stay wide now. You're bending at the knee. You're pulling that heel toward your center. Don't go out to the side, that'll hurt your joints. Okay, let's pull it. Pull, pull. Now keep them low at first, you're just warming up. But then the looser those quads get, and the more warmed up the hamstrings get, the bigger you can go. It's all gradual. Woo! All right, 4, 3. Now let's go into a little jumping jack. Kick out, side to side. As you kick, your arms pull down. You can keep them small. You can start gradually getting big. Start with your legs first. That's always the easiest. It's just a side kick, so stay facing front. Then once you get that going, you can add the arms. Pull, 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 pull. Always make your legs behave first. And then add those arms in there. Okay, this is a little preview of what we're going to do in the cardio part. Knees up now. Knees, knees. You can be swinging those arms. Now, nice and tall, you're going to start engaging the core here. Pull the navel toward the spine. You're using all those core muscles to keep you tall, to help lift the legs. They're used for everything. Okay. 4, 3, Back to those jacks, kick it. Pull it. We do these all the time. These are a modified jumping jack. You can actually do actual jumping jacks here if you want. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna go back to the heels up and back. Heel up, heel up. Widen out those feet a little. Let's pull it. Woo! Warmed up. 4, 3, 2, jacks, kick, pull. You can always leave those arms down if you want. Maybe do something else with them. You can push, or you can pull, whatever you want to do. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Now back to the knees up, but this time they're kind of out to the side. Okay, we're gonna pull down a little to them. Your feet are wide. That loosens up those hip joints. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's just kick front. Kick, warming up. Now the back of the legs, kind of loosening them up, stretching them. All right, gonna go from here into a little stretch. 4, 3, 2, let's pause it here. Put that heel down. Straighten the leg, pull the toe up. Let's sit back. So you bent one leg, straighten the other. Shoulders back. Woo. Down a little further. Up. Let's switch legs. Down. So you push that bottom back. Back is straight, leg is straight. Gives you a good stretch, the back of the legs. Down a little further. And up. Let's reach up and out and down. Inhale, lift, stretch that spine. And exhale down. Inhale. Woo! So we're warmed up. We're gonna do all those same movements in the next section. So get some water and keep moving. All right, we're gonna do some cardio. We're gonna get the heart rate up. We're going to build our endurance, build our conditioning, get our heart and lungs healthy. We're gonna put on our cardio music again, so it'll sound familiar. All right, let's start with that jump rope. You can just kind of lift the knees at first, lift the heels. That's level 1. Let's get the arms pumping like we're jumping rope. Or let's get a little higher. You're putting a little hop in there, but whatever's comfortable, whatever your body can take. Everybody's different. Everybody's at different intensity levels. If you're a little higher intensity, you can, I don't know, be creative. Or you can jump it. Whatever you want to do. It's merely to get the heart rate up. Woo! In 4, 3. Go into those heel taps. Front, front. Now, keep your shoulders back, but get a little lower. Start really digging that heel in. Dig, dig, tap, tap. Now, I'm going to give you a variation on this too. If you have higher cardiovascular conditioning, you can always make it a quick tap, quick heels. But that includes some bounce to it, so be careful. All right, let's change it to toe taps. I'm going to slow it down again. So make it big and exaggerated. Get a little low, use those legs. Tap, tap. Or if you want to do fast toes, in boxing they call it a toe exchange. Real quick, but only what you can do. Okay. In 4, 3, let's march it left, or our left, your right. Step, touch. Now remember, you can vary your heart rate. You can control it by how much you use your arms. So if your heart rate's way high, you're having trouble catching your breath, then bring it down a little, arms down. If you're doing great, make it bigger, more exaggerated. In 4, 3. All right, heels in back, heel, heel. Let's get those arms pumping, whichever way you want. You can pull. You can swing it. Woo! And next go around, I'll show you the alternative. Okay, to those jacks now. Let's kick, kick. I'm going to change the jack this time so that we get kind of a taste of both kinds. As your feet come up, so do your arms now. Hup, hup. Keep them bent. You don't want to be too straight armed here. We don't want to strain the shoulder. Remember, you can do actual jumping jacks if you prefer. Okay, knees up in front. Big arm swings. Try to get those knees up in front of the hips at least. Maybe a little higher if you have the flexibility in your hips. 4, 3, 2, and back to those jacks, side kick. All right, hup, hup. So there's lots of ways you can do a modified jumping jack. Anything you want to do that gets your arms waving, your legs lifting. In 4, 3, back to the heels, up and back. And pull. Now, here's the modification. Instead of just heel pulls, hamstring curls, you can, if you want to get faster, you can do a heel kick, like you're kicking your heel or your bottom and back. It's a lot more intense. In 4, 3, woo, kick it. Jacks. Four, 3, knees up in front. Now here's the modification to this one. If you want to go higher and you don't mind the impact, just knee lifts, high knees. Woo! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. A lot of intensity there, jacks. So bring the arms closer if you need to keep the heart rate from going too high. 4, 3, changing now. Knees out, knee, knee. Now keep those feet kind of wide. Now the torso is going to turn toward that knee. We're going to come down, touch the knee, and make it a pull, pull, pull. Maybe bigger if you want. I don't care. Just keep the heart rate up. Woo! 4, 3. We're going to do doubles. Here we go. 2, 2. Now, we've included balance here. 1 more. Back to singles. Now, smaller, lower, Bring them front. Woo. Make it a kick out front. Arms lower. All right, we're gonna gradually bring the heart rate down because we're gonna be using weights in the next section. So we wanna keep the heart rate up a little bit to burn fat, burn energy, build conditioning, but we also wanna change to our muscles. Woo! Tap the toes. All right, so keep moving. Don't just come to a stop. Get some water. We'll be back. All righty, now we're gonna work our muscles. So grab 2 things of the same weight. 2 cans of soup, 2 water bottles. We have dumbbells, 2 rocks that are the same size. Anything that works that you can grip, because we'll be doing some different upper body work for a moment. Now, we will often do bicep curls to work the front of that arm. We're gonna do a reverse one this time. So, feet a little bit wide. You have a nice base of stability. Loosen the knees, shoulders back and down. We're going to not stand with locked knees because that makes our back arch. So loose. All right, bend at the elbows. Bring those weights up. You notice we're palms out now, palms forward. So that's a reverse bicep curl. It works different muscles. Besides just the front of the upper arm, you're also working the lower arm now. It's hard to keep those wrists facing down. They want to rotate. Try not to let them. Upper arm stays glued to your side. So you really have to watch those hands. Make sure they don't turn in as you come up. Try to keep them facing down and then facing out. 4, relax the shoulders. Don't let them tighten up. 1 more. Woo! Turn them around, palms out. Upper arm stuck to your side. We're gonna go to the corners. We've done these before. They're called supinated bicep curls. Now remember, when you're doing a bicep curl, don't roll your wrist. You're not leading with the knuckles, okay? We're not rolling those hands like that. Keep everything just still. Your wrists are straight. We're going nice and slow on purpose because we don't want to just drop it down. You want to control it up and then down. So we're facing the corners. It's a corner bicep curl. Okay, 3. Feeling it in the upper arm. Okay, come on down. Now we're going to turn them in. And we're only going to do 1 arm at first. Okay, now let's turn the palm facing in. So we're not down, we're sideways. I think that'll best work for us. Belly button pulled in, remember. Nice tight core. We're gonna do a bicep curl, kind of, most of the way, maybe 90 degrees. And then we're gonna push out to the corner, back and down. So not too high, diagonal, in and down. So you're combining a bicep curl, it's a cross curl, with a diagonal shoulder press. So we're just pressing out. So you're getting the front of the arm again, but then all the shoulder complex is involved. Now the one thing the body wants to do when you push out is turn, and don't turn towards that corner. Stay still. 1 more. It's an odd little exercise. Okay, we'll roll it around. Now, other side. So, palm is facing in here. You gotta be able to clear your legs, so don't start at the side. Start kind of in front. Here we go. It's that bicep curl or 90 degree. Push across and down. So up, cross. You don't have a big movement when you're trying to push across the body. We could go bigger if we turned, but we don't want to turn. That's not the exercise. Up, across, and down. Up, cross. You're getting a lot of the front of the shoulder and the back of the shoulder, as well as that bicep. Biceps. It's a plural because there's 2 muscles in there. Okay, one more. You got it. Come on back and down. Okay, we're gonna split our feet. So you're hip width apart, so don't put one in front of the other. You're just staggered quite a ways. Now, we're going to do a tricep kickback. You know that requires some gravity. We're gonna bend the arms. Now, come forward so you can bend that back knee. You can bend both knees. You're in kind of a squatted position. Let's do some kickbacks first. Now we do it in a split stance because that really helps us build stability. And we're doing it in a bent over position because we need gravity to push against with those weights. Keep them right close to the body. Palms facing in. One more. All right, keep the legs the way they are. Split. Loosen those elbows, shoulders down. We're going out to the side. Now glance once in a while. Make sure it's going straight out from the shoulder. You don't want to bring it forward. And your peripheral vision will help you see if you're lifting them to the same height. We want them even. Don't go above the shoulder height. Oops. It's hard to keep them controlled. Going the same distance. 2 more. Okay, now before we switch, we're going to do a heel and toe kind of rock. Heel up, toe up. Heel up, toe up. Forward, back. Forward, back. Arms are straight. Okay, and bring them in. We're gonna switch, other foot in front. You can bend both knees, but back stays straight. Oh yeah, bend those elbows. Let's do some kickbacks. Shoulders down. Don't let them creep up toward the ears. Belly button pulled toward the spine. Okay, one more. And then loosen those elbows out to the side. Now, you're gonna have to keep working through the break. So you wanna do about 4 more of these. And then remember that heel toe rock? Go ahead and swing and do those, and we'll be back. Alrighty, back to cardio, back to some moving. Get that heart rate back up. So we're using our cardio music again. Sounds familiar? Now, put your weights aside. Don't let them be anywhere near you. We're gonna be reaching with our feet, so you wanna clear the area. Okay, a little different than the other cardio routine. We're gonna be doing some soccer kicks. So, pretend you have a soccer ball there in front of you on the floor. And we start tapping the ball. Tap it, tap it, tap it. It becomes a little bit of a raised kick. So this helps with muscles. It helps with agility. It helps with stability because you're on one foot. It gets the heart rate up because now we're going to ignore the tempo and get a little faster, like you're tapping that soccer ball. Doesn't have to look good. We just have to keep moving. Now, if you've got pretty good endurance and you want to go even higher, so this is what you see on the soccer fields all the time. Woo! But there's some impact here, and it's hard to do. So go at your own speed. You may need to slow it down. We're elevated because that helps to stretch those hips better. Woo! Okay. Now, bring it down, march it out. We're going to do a tap out with a reach down. You're going to be low. I'll show you with the music first. We're going to tap, tap. So it's more than just a tap out. You're reaching with that leg. Kind of a side lunge. You're using the legs, get low. Now, arms, start reaching. Now this is how you can regulate your heart rate though. You can maybe just reach a little, keep the heart rate down a bit. If you want it to go up higher, and reach a lot, but keep that head above the heart. So don't come way down to the floor. Woo! You got it. 4, 3, 2, we're moving fast. March it. Deep breath. Let's go back to our jump rope. Keep those arms pumping. Keep them close. And keep them low impact, remember, toe on the floor. Or bigger, depends on you. Whatever you want to do, you can cross them, you know, do your fancies. Okay, in 4, 3, let's march it. Get set for the next thing in the combination, double shuffle. Whoa, 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, touch. 1, 2, 3, touch. So get the feet moving first. Tap, 1, 2, 3, tap. Start getting low. Make it more intense if you want. Down, down like you're trying to touch the floor. Keep the heart rate, head above the heart. Woo! 1, 2, 3, reach. All right, march it. Okay, we'll finish this with another little combo. One is a fast feet, agility. We pretend there's a line right here. Now, our feet, we're gonna go forward and back of that line. Let's get low. Forward, forward, back, back. So, it's up to you. How fast you go. Bring both feet in front of the line. Bring both feet behind the line. Just a quick agility exercise. Get your heart rate up there. Uses those muscles. Woo! All right, one more. March it out. Last thing, we have monster walks and footballs. So I'll show you. Feet are wide. We're gonna get low and step, step, step. One more step, then that football run and forward, 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 shuffle back. Fast feet. Okay, Now on the next one, I'll show you the alternative. If you want some impact, keep doing that or jump, 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 jump. Woo! Some athletic drills here. Only if you want impact. I'll do it the old way. Big low walk, shoulders back. Woo! And march it. Got the heart rate up. Woo! Breathing heavy. Sweating. That's awesome. Okay. Let's go back to our jumping rope. This is something you can do while you're watching TV during the commercials. Do some jump rope. Let's tap it side to side without that reach down. We're starting to bring the heart rate down now. Woo. And forward and back, forward, forward, back, back. Slow this time. Okay, so that's bringing the heart rate back down. We don't want to come to a complete stop. So make sure you keep moving. We'll go get some water in a minute. How you doing? We're almost done. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back to our muscles. So, go get your weights. We'll do this in a split stance as well. So, we're going to be doing some bent rows where we pull back. We're going to do it with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. That makes it harder to balance. If you really have trouble with this and you can't keep your balance, just go ahead and bring your feet back together. But we do have to do this in a bend to get some gravity pulling. So bend both knees. Now I want to show you real quick from the side. This is what you're looking like. You're staggered, bend both knees, and your back is nice and straight. So we don't round, keep the shoulders back. Chin up a little bit, but don't look up. We don't want to strain the neck. All right, angled out to the side, palms facing in, or angled out in front. Let's pull. So, several things. When you pull back, you're feeling like you're squeezing those shoulder blades together, like you want to touch the elbows behind you. Now, you're drawing your navel toward the spine, and really be aware of your core, because those core muscles keep the spine straight, keep the spine supported. Pull, pull. So you're working your back muscles. Really throw those shoulders back. 4, 3, 2. Those elbows just slide right beside you. All right, come back up. Feet come together again. We're gonna do some cobras for the back of the shoulders. So angled out in front, but this time your palms are down. We're gonna come around as if we're going to try to touch those pinkies together back there in front. So they don't have to be very high. The higher the weight, the harder it is. So at first, keep it real low, not lifted very far from the body. Now, as you go behind, don't let that back arch. You keep the pelvis neutral, loose knees, squeeze. So this is great for posture muscles. You're also, depending on where you are in the movement, you're working either the front of the shoulder, the side, or the back of the shoulders, as well as those upper back muscles. Really squeeze it. And you got one more. You're feeling fatigue in the upper back, and the back of the shoulders. All right, roll them around. Now, other leg forward this time. Step back a little bit. Remember, don't put one foot right in front of the other. You're hip width apart. Okay, not too far apart. We're gonna bend those knees. That means we're bent over now. Let's round those elbows like we're hugging a beach ball right there. And just lift out to the side. Now don't lead with the elbow, so it's not an elbow out. You're kind of focusing maybe on the back of the wrist, lifting and lowering, out and in. You can adjust your feet. If you don't feel like you're being supported very well, bring them closer together. And we don't want to look at the feet, because when we do that, it tends to make our back round. But don't look up. Just about, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet out in front of you. 3, 2, you're feeling the back of those shoulders. Woo! And back up. All right. Hang them in front. We do these quite often. That's an upright row. When you pull up the body, your elbow ends up higher than your hands. You only want to bring the weights up to about your collarbone, no higher than that, maybe even a little lower. All right, so we're up. Don't bring them too high. Keep them close to the body. And if that becomes too easy, you can always bring them out a little further from the body. Up and down. And if that's too hard to manage, you can always do one arm and then the other. So we're really working in the upper back on these, just like the cobras. All right, 2 more. Woo! 1 more time. Oh, you feel that in the upper back. So tuck the chin. Let's let the weight of those dumbbells pull us forward a little bit, just a tiny bit. You want to just stretch out that upper back, back of the shoulders. And then back up. Split those feet again. Let's do some more rows. In 4, 3, 2, remember we have to be bent over, and come up. Out in front a bit, palms facing your body. Squeeze, release. Navel pulled in. Your core is staying neutral. So don't let the pelvis tilt at all. 2, and 1. Split those feet. Sit. Let's do our side raises. So this is a similar exercise to that side lateral raise that we do standing tall. Same thing, but we're bent over. So it's now working on the back of the shoulder. Belly button pulled in. Don't relax your abdominals. 4, 3, 2, whoo, and slowly up. Now, if you could just whip through those and no problem at all, you might want to find a little bit heavier. That's kind of the clue to when you need to increase your weight, is when they're just too easy. You're not feeling anything. Upright row, up. It's like zipping up a coat, but with both hands. Not too high. You adjust it to what you need. You don't want to hurt the shoulders. Almost there. 1 more time. Woo, hang it, tuck the chin. Let it pull you down just a tiny, tiny bit. We don't want to be so far down there that we're stretching in the low back. All right, now keep your weights. The last section, we're going to do a little core and a little stretch. All right, we still have our weights, or in my case, I was lifting a little heavier earlier. Now I'm gonna switch to lighter weights. Okay, gonna do a few combination movements real quick that use our smaller muscle groups, our stabilizers, our core. So your feet are about hip width apart, a little bit wider if you want. We're gonna just do some squats, but when we come back up out of the squat, we're coming up on the toes. So we're working on balance too and stability. So spread the toes. All right, we're gonna shoulders back and down. We're going to sit, then stand and toes. Down, up and toes. So going up on the toes really challenges your balance. So if you need to put the weights down and just stand by the countertop or the wall or a chair, you can do that. Now remember, a squat is pushing back with that bottom. You want to pretend you're slamming the door with your bottom behind you. And up. Now we're going to add the weights. Palms in. Just lift and only up to shoulder height. That puts your balance off some more because now your weight is so far out in front. Makes it hard to balance, hard to stay up on the toes. We do that on purpose. Okay, one more. Woo! Shake them out. Now we're going to be in a squat again. And kind of a narrow one because your arms will start beside you. As we're sitting down, or when we sit down, we're going to hold. And we'll be going front, out, front, and down. All right, so here we go. Down, side, front, stand. Sit down, out to the side, front, stand up. So all your body weight is in those heels. Making sure it's light enough where you can keep them shoulder height and pull them back beside you. Okay, a couple more. These are high intensity because everything's working. And come on up. Woo. Alrighty. Now working on the smaller muscles of the shoulders, the stabilizers. Let's start with the shoulders back and down. Leave the shoulders where they are. Bring those arms out a bit. Circle. The higher up, the harder it is. So if they're getting too fatigued, keep them low. Other way. Woo! Arms are straight. You're moving from the shoulder. So it's not an elbow bend. Oh boy. All right, bring them down. And while we're here at our sides, let's stretch our neck a little. Let's go, just tilt that ear down like you're trying to get it to the shoulder. All right, other side. Okay, and back to center. That loosened things up a little. Okay, we're going to turn our palms in, keeping our arms shoulder width apart. We're going to loosen those knees because the core does a lot of this work. Pull the navel in. You're tight around the middle. We're going to lift out in front and just do a real quick little up and down. Keep them shoulder width. You can really loosen those knees. You can feel how much your core is working because all the weight is out in front of the body and it has to stabilize you. Only do what you can and bring them down. Now in alternating straight arm, full front lateral, and then at the bottom you're going to pull back. So we're alternating. Keep the arms straight. You don't need to lock those elbows though. Always keep the joints a little loose. And they're staying shoulder width apart. So we're not floating out to the side. Don't forget that bottom arm. You want to pull it backward, just like you're trying to pull the top arm backward. Can you get it beside your ear? That's kind of the the goal, the object. If you can't, don't force it. Whew. All right, and bring them down. Okay, now just hang the weights at your sides. We're gonna do a big shoulder roll. So you pull forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. We want a lot of mobility in those shoulder blades. That helps us to use our arms better. Your arms can get higher and they're a lot more mobile if the shoulders are flexible. One more. All right, now just kind of let them hang. So your shoulders are back and down. Let's turn that head now and look over the shoulder to stretch the neck. And then around to the other side. Don't let the body turn, but really try to see behind you. And then back to center. Shoulders are still in that back and down position. Draw the navel in. Let's just go side to side. Not very far off center. And do not pull with your hand. We don't want to row. Just let those arms hang. Let the weights dangle. We're working in those side muscles, getting the core stronger. Keep the head neutral too. All right. And now let's kind of bring them back like we're trying to touch the pinkies together. Let them hang down a bit. Let's tilt the head forward. And then back to center. Let's widen out the legs. We're going to come down onto the legs, keep the back straight, keep the chin up a bit, and we're going to just straighten the legs to stretch the back of the legs. All right, we did it. I want to thank my volunteers again for helping me out today. Keep those arms glued to your legs here as we do this. We want to thank the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center for letting us use their beautiful building. Have a great day, and we will see you again.